friends, all brothers and sisters who have come here to this very beautiful Thiruvananthapuram. And all of you are very important people. And Kerala state per se is a state where the political awareness is so high. Everybody is aware politically. It's a state where politics, the discussion happens everywhere, from a tea shop to a dining room to a village. Everywhere people actively talk politics. It is a state when India got independence, when the whole country's literacy rate was 19%. Kerala was above 40%. I'm talking of 1947, 1950. It is that kind of a state. And today that state is making a decision in about 3 days' time, April 26. It is making a very, very important decision about ideology, about development, about new India. How Kerala is looking at India's growth story over the next 25 years. That is why this election is very, very important for a couple of states, for states like Tamil Nadu and states like Kerala. Because we are making a very important decision that is going to alter the economy, the state, the nature of our thinking over the next 25 years. I am very happy that all the 6 parliamentary constituencies, Trivandrum, Mattingal, Kollam, Mavilakara, Pathanamthitta, Alappuzha, all people are assembled here, be it the influencers and be it our office bearers. If you look at every election in India has a story. 1952 election was about, oh, we got independence, please vote for us. And even the people who stood against the Congress party are Congress people only who stood against the Congress party, 1952. After 1977, we did not want Congress because of emergency. That is also a story. All of us wanted to defeat Congress. Even Jansangh was part of a Janata party, a short-lived experiment for a couple of years before the party BJP got formed in 1980. So like every important election is a story, but these 2 elections are very important. 52, the election after independence. The election after 77 is a punishment for emergency. Again, 2024 is one such election because this is an election even before we vote. We know it is going to be Narendra Modi ji as India's Prime Minister for a 3rd straight time. That is the beauty of this election. All this election, if somebody is looking at 50 years later, if somebody is looking back at this election, they will remember 52, they will remember the election after emergency, and they will remember the 2024 election because Modi ji is coming back to power. And this is not an ordinary election. It's the longest election after 1952. Long election. Tamil Nadu, we voted April 19. You are voting April 26. The 7th phase is June 1. Such a long election. That too in very, very good heat. Proper heat. People are predicting heat wave. People have to turn up. People have to vote. States like Rajasthan, which is going to see a very hot summer. And that is where our role becomes very important. Even people know Modi ji is going to come back to power. It is our duty to help them to come and make their choice on the postal ballot or on the voting day. People cannot sit at home thinking that Modi ji is going to come back to power. Why should they go and vote? So our effort is of 2 parts. One, make everybody vote. Second, make everybody to vote the right way. This is my opening comment where I felt this election is very, very important, where people should not take it for granted. Normally such a big election, where everybody is knowing that Prime Minister is going to come back, people should not sit at home thinking, oh, anyway Modi ji is going to come back. It will one of my vote matter. Should I go in this hot Kerala summer at 12:30 on April 26 to a booth? Should I stand in line for 10 minutes? Should I vote it? Is it worth the effort? Now I am here to convince you and to convince our other friends it is worth the effort, that we have to really go there and vote. Like all these 3 are very important elections, we also know every election is a story. 2014, when Modi ji was our Prime Ministerial candidate, the whole ecosystem, India has got a lot of ecosystem. This ecosystem is built over the last many, many decades. People go to Western colleges, get educated, get influenced by a set pattern of thinking, come back, or already the professors get influenced by a set pattern of thinking, and that is infused into all our educational curriculums. Generations after generation, people read it. So this is a country still we are debating what is the exact meaning of secularism. In the emergency time, when a preamble got amended, when the word secular got inserted into the preamble, before that it was different, after that it is different. So people say, oh, secularism, is it keeping distance from all religion, or is it going and appeasing all religion? If anybody deviates from it, Congress will say, oh, this party, BJP party is against this community. After 2014, when Modi ji and all our other leaders, when they say secularism means zero appeasement, but taking care of everybody, in Congress terminology, it means it is pure Hindutva. It is forsaking other community. This is a problem in the last 10 years all of us are facing, because 70 years of unlearning, relearning and learning that happened because of ideological lens we are trying to remove in a state like Kerala is much more higher than other parts of our country. So 2014 they said, oh, if Modi ji is going to come back to power, India is going to get finished. Who said? The left liberal ecosystem, they said, starting from Kerala. The magazines which support this pattern said, oh, all institutions will collapse. If Modi ji is going to come, it is going to be a Hindu brand of politics, 2014. Now 2019, when again Modi ji was standing in front of us for a second term, again the same group made a comment. No, the people of India are angry. They are going to defeat Modi ji in 2019. You see this result, because everywhere Modi ji has done a great disservice. This is what the ecosystem said. 2019, we came back with a larger majority. 2024, this ecosystem has become a label. It has got a political label to it in the name of Indie Alliance. They themselves, instead of having this disparate group as some journalists, instead of having a disparate group as a small party, everywhere they've joined together, they've given a label, a political identity, and openly 2024 they have come. It was a very important election because this ecosystem has got a political label. And this ecosystem has very bravely named itself by the name India. Though we know we call it as Indie Alliance, but somehow they felt, you bring a street dog, you paint it like a tiger, you say this is a tiger, people will believe. So you assembled all those people who don't have any idea about India. Every single pattern of theirs, every single decision making of theirs, they were against the country's interest at various points of time. Just by giving them a name called INDIA, they say, oh, we are for India. And this 2024 is such an important election where the voters are very aware. 10 years of our government achievement, we are standing in front of them. This is also an election where we are going back to 1960, 1970, the terminology we heard in the first 5 elections, 60, 65, 70, the same terminology we are hearing in this election. North, South, imposition, cultural imposition, Hindi, social fabric disturbance, Aryan, Dravidian. These are the words we are hearing in Tamil Nadu politics over the last many months. I am sure the same lexicon and terminology is also used in Kerala politics. I want to take 3 parts and just present before you how the Indie Alliance people are trying to set this narrative. North, South, resource distribution, South is not getting resource. States like Kerala, the Chief Minister has to go to Jantar Mantar, sit down and do protest. So South needs to be saved. That is why we have to vote for regional parties or communist parties or Congress party here. Brothers, we all know, sisters, we all know. The first time India had a formula in dividing our resources. All the combined tax effort goes to the center and the tax effort has to come down to each state. Was in fifth planning commission, was in the 5th 5-year plan, because planning commission had this 5-year plan. 1969, we arrived at a formula called the Gadgil formula. Madam Indira Gandhi was the Prime Minister. In the Gadgil formula, they decided this much money, how we are going to divide to all the states. So in the formula, if you read, they said 60% weightage is given to population. More populous state will get more money, 60% weightage. Mean income distance, or some state, the average net income of a state is less than the national average income. So 60% population ratio we started. Throughout the Congress period we maintained. Then it became the Gadgil-Mukherjee formula in the 2000. Even then we maintained. When Modi ji took over in 2014, if you look at the 15th Finance Commission, what started with 60% weightage for population is 15% weightage now. 1969, we started with 60% weightage. Now the weightage given to a state which has got more population is 15%. In the current finance commission which decides how much revenue has to be shared between all states, 45% is given to income distance, meaning the mean income and the distance from the mean income, how far you are, 45% is mean income distance. Then, for the very first time in the last 10 years, we also have got this thing called performance improvement. If demographic performance is improving, if states are able to control the population, the fertility, 12.5%. Tax effort, state is contributing in a good way to tax effort, 2.5%. State is able to maintain forest and ecology, 10%. The geographical area of a state, 15%. This is a formula right from 1969 India is following. If there is some logic to this formula, which is now, after Modi ji has come, there is some logic to this formula in the 15th Finance Commission, where the population is 15%, demographic performance is 12.5%, area of a state is 15%, forest and ecology is 10%, income distance, of course, is 45%. Now, we also have to understand Congress, which is talking, oh, you got to share more to the state. You should not keep more money with center, which Rahul Gandhi ji and others are promising. 2004, when Congress came to power, only 30.5% of resources was shared with state, which Modi ji as the chief minister was equivocal in saying that state should be given adequate resources for its own development. When Congress left power in 2014, this 30.5 was 32%. Meaning in Congress in 10 years has increased it from 30.5 to 32. Now in 2024, it is 42%. Now if there is one party in the whole country which do not have any right to talk about the devolution of resources from centers to state, especially the tax effort that is put in and the finance commission that is devolving. There 10 years of UPA 1 and 2, 30.5 to 32, 10 years of NDA from 32 to 42. The 16th Finance Commission, the term is constituted, and we can expect more progressive reforms as and when the Finance Commission is going to submit its report in the early part of 2026. Now, friends, we have to remember, this logic has to be killed in the bud. If anybody in Kerala, any politician is talking about North and South, it is about taking the states and the country's gain by 50 years backwards. 50 years, whatever we have achieved in going forward, parties like Congress, parties like DMK, parties like Communists, simply for their political gain, just like that they stand before us, they say, no, you got to give more resources. You look at the budgetary grant support. We gave 100 rupees. In Tamil Nadu, there is this 29 paisa. The whole election, the chief minister and his son, Udayanidhi Stalin, everywhere they said, we are going to call PM Modi as 29 paisa Modi. Then of course we also hit back saying that if you are going to call PM Modi as 29 paisa Modi, we are going to call you as drug Stalin, because under your rule, the drugs have gone up in height. But again to substantiate, their argument is, okay, you give us money for budgetary grant, that money we will take, we will compare, and only that money we will calculate as saying you are given to state. Now Kerala, if you take, close to 36 lakh farmers, they have got 32,000 into their account. Here in the state, Tamil Nadu is 47 lakhs, Kerala is 36 lakh farmers, small medium farmers. 16 installments, they got 2,000. Every year 6,000, 16 installment 2,000, which is 32,000. They don't calculate that because it is directly from center to a farmer, that doesn't get calculated into the state's resources. Or when you build lakhs of houses, PM Awas Yojana, when you transfer 2,73,000 to their account, they say, no, we will not calculate. Or LPG subsidy 300 rupees to the bank account, they say we will not calculate. Or when you want to calculate all the roads we have put, all the bridges we have put, everything the central government is doing it, they say we will not calculate. They say it is only when the money is given to the state as a budgetary support, only that we will calculate to say the center is giving us less. Now the complete model has changed. Till Modi ji came, the central government was not playing an active role in propagating development.